Did that countdown clock go down all the way? It felt like it just suddenly stopped.
It just stopped. It said,
it
I'm not going any further.
we're it went down to like 12. Go. I'm not going to question it. It's hey, the reason being we're a little rusty. We weren't here last week because you were busy. I'm excited. I can't wait to get the whole rundown on the haul and crawl. We had at least 3 events last weekend. I think between the haul and crawl, Farm Fest, and there was another one that people, again, any given Sunday, it seems to be 3, 4 events anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. Matt was doing his yeah, that was the other one. They did their fun run. That was the other one.
Yeah. Night run.
So the night run. Yeah. I got to see some photos. What I think Aiden's Builds took some of his.
They sponsored the lighting.
And just like it is, put that spin on it at the Recon.
Yeah.
Over at Blue Rocks, and they brought it to Hartford Rocks. It looked fantastic. Yeah. So we will recap all that, and then I know you got yourself some exciting scale mail. There's not a whole lot.
I have destroyed this hobby room since I got back. Like, there is open projects everywhere.
Oh boy.
Some over there. There's some back here. There's one over here. I had to add a table. Yeah.
Wow. So is this Heidi approved here? I can't help notice some scruff coming in.
Yeah. Heidi approved. It's
the rugged side.
As long as I keep it at 6 millimeters or shorter, she's okay.
She likes that Bruce Willis, that tight cut.
Yeah. It's grown.
Good for you. No, I think it was perfect timing. You go away, you come back.
Yeah.
The perfect transition going into No Shave November. That's what got me in trouble. That No Shave November one year, and this just happened.
It just stayed on you.
And then I got lazy. Honestly, there's something to just not shaving. Well, we have Tinker Time RC sitting there in the green room. Before we go too much farther, I want to say hello. We have the local hobby shop here doing a what would you do it? It's sort of a Halloween in the what do they call it? A trunk and treat. RC trunk or treat RC style. I know Dreamer put his SCX6 together with a wagon and a skeleton coming off the back and delivering candy to all the kids. So hello to everybody over at We Are RC. I hope you are all having a great time. The weather is perfect for a little fall Halloween spirit. No question.
And save me some Doritos, Dreamer. Same.
And what was the other one? The caramels, the cow tails. That was your other kryptonite.
Yeah. Yep.
That's your other poison.
Yeah, that's Heidi's.
All right. Let's.
Before we bring him in, I just want to say,
yep.
Stay tuned in to the end of this show. Just saying. Just a tease.
Okay, we like a tease. No, we like a tease. We'll do it right. We're going to flash over to a solid intro video, but as always, it's Saturday night. My name is Mike. As always, In the captain's seat, we have Jeremy, Addie's RC. We are going to part ways. And as soon as we come back, we will have Brandon from Tinker Time RC with us.
And we'll see if Mike can put us in the right orientations.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a disaster.
On control, we're loaded and ready to taxi.
Flight 209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Not even close. We'll run with it. All right. I can't see it. It's all a guessing game.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's like
Brandon. Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Very well. Thank you. Very, very well. Brandon, I had a chance to introduce you to Jeremy before we got started. But why don't we do the same thing for you? Tell the world who you are. We'll start with a formal introduction.
Yeah,
Brandon,
well,
who are you? Where do we find you?
I'm Brandon Olson from Tinker Time RC. It's a small little dream I started out of my basement. I've been playing with 10 scales for the last 12 plus years now, and as soon as the SCX 24s came out, I was hooked because I'm a tool maker by trade, so within a month I was turning my own brass rotors and parts. And it just really grew exponentially from there.
Hence the name Tinker Time. You were tinkering around in your spare time. Very makes a lot of sense. Now, it's kind of interesting because something so simple, tooling around, but that SCX 24 we hear an awful lot. Many guests that come on here seem to be that seems to be the gateway drug for a lot of people.
Yeah. Since they've hit the market, that seems to be the entry level. Get them in now, get them in cheap, and then before you know it, you've got 6 of those and 2 10-scale trucks.
Yeah, well, they multiply like bunnies.
They're like gremlins. You get them wet and put them away after dark, and you wake up and there's 6 more.
They do, especially those SCX 24s for a while. I think in 22 or 2023, there must have been four or 5 of them that came out in like a year. I think it was horrible.
Yeah, it was quite a few.
Yeah. So is micro? This was the question that Jeremy had. Is micro who you are and all you do, or is there any 10th scale adventure or parts in your portfolio?
There's definitely 10 scale stuff in the future, but as we all know, like 10th scale is a highly competitive market. But that's where I'm working towards. Like, I've always made all my own 10 scale parts. Like, if you see this beauty.
Oh, wow.
I designed and machined that all out myself so that I could have brass tubes and an offset pinion on my custom Jeep I built years ago.
Holy smokes. Very nice.
Yeah, I've got my own little machine shop in my garage, couple lathes, a mill, couple welders.
When you have those kinds of toys at your disposal, that's dangerous. Who knows what you could come up with? Wow.
Yeah. When you've got the equipment to play around and enough knowledge to use some of it, you can really get in trouble.
Yeah. Now, do you find yourself still tooling around and tinkering around for your own personal builds, or is that axle something that you would want to make available to others?
it's something I would love to make available to others. But that's kind of how everything starts. Like I find a need for it, and then I show it to someone else, and they're like, "Oh, hey, that'd be great. Like I could use that too." And that's kind of how everything seems to roll out.
And then it escalates
Well-
rapidly.
Yes.
Like I'm a crawler guy, and it's like if I see a problem with stuff, like I just try and fix it. It's like you guys seen our MLS servos that I did with torque?
No, I have not.
All right, so you know how on the STX24 the servo ears hit your frame rails? Well, we have prototypes that I was showing off at Beat the Creek this year where I redesigned everything so there's no more ears. It's all directly mounted right to your axle.
Yeah,
You
the
got all
mount
the clearance
part of the
in
servo
the
case.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, your axle mount's right there. Your link mount's built right into the back.
And the
And it's a
wire
high
out the
voltage
back.
servo too, up to 8.4 and like 180 some ounces of torque. I'd have to look the specs up to be 100% sure.
Huh.
But it's fantastic. I love it. I run it in all my trucks. Bolts right on with stock hardware. 3-link or 4-link instant.
Now,
That's
that's somebody thinking outside the box. This is not repeating what other people are doing. This is what perked Jeremy up. Like, wait a minute. Much respect. Jeremy has a lot of respect for things that are original. Can
like
you hold that?
I love to
that
think
up
outside
again.
the box and do my own individual stuff, like cages. I love cages. So I've got a modular cage system for the 24 scales that we're going to be dropping on the website soon. Allows you full adjustment, front and rear, so you can get that right spacing you want from your cab. And then we've got multiple different bar options, so you can use one base and swap in different bars. I've got one right here. Same base, totally different cage.
I love it. And honestly, that was the selling point that caught my attention at Beat the Creek. Was you could literally go to your table and build the truck that you wanted. Grab the cab, grab the bed, grab the cage. You really were like kind of mixing and matching, and that was
we're gonna start having all of our 3D printed bodies we used to do available too. And you've seen our mag mount system, and all of our hard bodies and all of our Lexian bodies work with our mag mounts. So you can instantly go and swap bodies whenever you feel like it. Like this Ridge Runner, I run it on this Gladiator chassis, and then I also run it on my Deadbolt. So like if I don't want to run the Deadbolt, I'll pull the Deadbolt one off.
Nice.
And then, then the Ridge Runner goes on, and I run my Ridge Runner.
Badass. I like that.
And it's the way it's done, everything's keyed, so no shear force takes it off from any direction.
smart. Very smart.
That, and I set it up so that we can always run all our stock bodies, so you're not stuck just running the Tinker Time body if you don't want to. Because we all love options.
Yep.
And we don't want to be forced to run one set of parts, you know?
Very true.
No,
Very true.
I think having more options, and not only are you giving, so let's just say hypothetically you were that that one person like Charlie in Willy Wonka that got the one candy bar, his one opportunity for his golden ticket. Just say you had one SCX24 in your stable, you could technically have 2-3 different bodies and just keep swapping them out very quickly.
Yeah. minimal body changes, like, and the way the sliders are designed on the truck itself, it's all set in 2.5 millimeter increments. So you've got the options to dial it in without having to drill your own holes.
I definitely like that. That is you're thinking. I love the originality. So we can get into the story. So you break down what you're doing and your bodies. Are they mainly? I'm assuming mainly all 3D printed, but you did mention Lexan. Was that because of someone else's Lexan body, or is all of yours printed?
Well, for originally with Lexan, I bought a vacuum former and I started forming them in my basement. Years ago,
What?
I worked in a sign shop, so I learned how to make molds and I learned how to vacuum form, and I just kept that knowledge and then started looking into things and I started 3D printing my own bucks and vacuum forming my own bodies in my basement.
Oh, good for you! Wow. Okay, I was not prepared for that.
That's how I got my start into bodies. Is bought the best machine I could possibly afford and did the thickest plastic I could possibly do at home. I mean, when you're a one-man show and you got the knowledge and the ambition and you push and push and push and just do what you can.
Now, the pushing and pushing and pushing that you were talking about, that hard grind has had a payoff. So when
Yes,
we
it
met
has.
you at Beat the Creek 2 years ago,
Oh
you
yeah, it
were
was
had
on my own
irons in the
that year.
fire.
I did that full booth with all the 3D printed parts because I
Yep.
was running a whole print farm at home and still working a full-time job.
Wow. Um. So 2024, we spent some time talking about this last week. It's been a rough year for many brands.
Yes,
They
it
seem
is.
to keep falling like dominoes. I have a somewhat of a light rough tally here of about 50 brands that have collapsed in the 2024 year. It's just been absolutely brutal for one reason or another, and came back to find what Tinker Time has been up to. In fact, you've been doing so well. You had such an exciting year.
Yeah,
Can
it's
we
been an
hear the
amazing
story?
year.
An amazing year. So, can we hear a little bit about this opportunity and trip that you took to Taiwan, and what does that now mean for Tinker Time RC?
Well, it was a trip to Vietnam I got to take, but I had a manufacturer come and talking, and they were talking like looking at everything I was doing, and they couldn't believe I was creating all this myself out of my house. And they're like, this is pretty incredible. And it became pretty clear to them, and they said, like, you know what you need behind you is a manufacturer. You're designing all your stuff and manufacturing it all yourself. And they gave me that opportunity. Like, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get in this hobby. And in February last year, I got to fly out to Vietnam. I got to be the VIP that was getting the factory tour for a change and seeing the process of how my stuff was done, and not the guy cleaning the shop and getting ready for the VIP to come in. And it was mind blowing. It was just so
Wow.
cool to be on the other end of manufacturing. So I've been in manufacturing my whole life, and it was mind blowing to be on the other end and see it from that side, and to see my parts being made in front of me. It was like, wow.
Yeah,
It was like I was
that's
making
gotta
that in
be
my basement a
incredible.
couple months ago,
That's got to
and
be
Wow.
insane to experience.
it was,
Right?
yeah.
Well, Jeremy, you've had enough over the years. You've had enough um fingers and help behind the scenes. You've been behind the curtain with a lot of brands. Could you imagine an opportunity like that? Like
That's
it's
wild.
got to be
That is
It's
just wild.
bravo.
yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna
Was
use
it?
that to.
Can I ask you, what was it that caught their attention? Was there one thing in particular that you were doing that they said, this is worth it to bring you over to Vietnam and take that next step? What did they see in what you were doing?
It was, well, they came here and visited me first before we went there, which to me it was mind blowing. They had another RC event they were going to in the country, but that wasn't even in the northern part of the country. And they came all the way here and came and checked out what I was actually doing at my house and saw all my stuff and my designs firsthand, which to me that was mind blowing, to travel halfway around the world and spend an afternoon hanging out in my living room and seeing my little indoor course and what I'm designing and creating here. Like that was pretty mind blowing.
Where are you from, Brandon? Well, when you said come to your house, where do you live?
Youngsville, Pennsylvania. It's a very, very small town. We're talking maybe 2,000 people.
Where in PA? Like, is that north, south, east, western? What?
Northwestern
Philly?
corner.
So more the Pittsburgh side? Oh no.
No, we're
Northwest.
farther up. We're farther up. I'm Warren County, so
Wow.
closest city's Erie, and that's hour and a half drive, hour 20 minutes.
Okay.
We're out in the sticks. We still got Amish for neighbors and pass buggies on the regular.
Yeah, nice.
So
We all do.
Yeah.
being this
Yeah.
far out and getting to go halfway around the world and get to bring people my RC stuff is just mind blowing.
Absolutely, bro. Like hands down, congratulations. That is super duper exciting. How far along are you with the manufacturer in Vietnam? How far along is this collaboration? Are you at the point that are we selling and distributing the parts yet, or where are we?
We're doing both. We've got the website back up, so we've got some of our bodies on there. I just added a bunch of parts for the Red Cat Ascent. I've got more of our cabs coming. I just added a ton of pre-painted body options for everyone because, you know, everyone hates painting. So we've got patinaed bodies done up.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, you can order your pre-trim, pre-painted, patinaed body to go, trying to offer different stuff that you don't get every day.
Okay. Are you hand painting them yourself? Is that?
I did examples and talked about what I wanted, and then we had someone go through and hand paint all of these. So there's limited numbers. There's only 10 of each in blue and green, and they're all individual and different.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Hang on one sec. While you're talking, I'm going to slide over here and share the screen. Let's see if I can pull up your website while you're talking. So, what these bodies, the ones that you have limited runs of, those are the ones we wanted to see. The patina work looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, I really love the green ones, the Demo Goblin, which is my take on a 53 Willys pickup. That's what I learned to drive stick in my old man's backyard, so that's the whole reason I did the Willys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That looks good.
Now, do they come in clear also, in case somebody does not want a painted one?
Yeah. Right now, I've got clear Ridge Runners. I've got our JT8 pickup, the JT8 cab, and the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin is the full body version. The full body version of the Demo Goblin. So you get the bed and the full fenders and everything.
Mhm.
A little bit of drop bed on the back. We've got these in stock. I got them right in the back of my house because right now I'm still shipping everything out. So if you're ordering, I'm packing it and sending it to you.
Now, I pulled up the website here just out of curiosity. Products, bodies.
You can
We
see
got
we've got
8.
a lot coming. We've got a lot of Red Cat Ascent parts right now too.
Jeremy, do you still have your Red Cat Ascent?
Yeah. Mhm.
You do?
Yeah.
That truck, that Red Cat Ascent, I have not heard one bad word about that rig. I can't. Every time I turn around, it's getting more and more praise. Oh, this is the one. Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah, I've tried to do patina paint jobs. That's why I can suggest and give a guide. But I'm a clean paint job guy. Like I grew up in the Rust Belt, so it's hard for me to paint rust when I always wanted a decent looking unrusty truck.
Yeah.
That's why the one I run is all clean and shiny, and it'll get its scratches and wear as I drive it.
Now, Brandon, the servo that you held up earlier, I was trying to find that on your website. Is that available yet?
That I'm working on getting added right now. We're working on adding tons of stuff right now. Right now, you
Okay.
can find them on Direct RC, and they'll be coming to the website in the next 2 weeks.
Well, that is fantastic. So these are the dealers you're working with. This is how they contact you. Yeah, Brandon, what a difference in a year and a half, 2 years. You've come a long way. You've definitely expanded the inventory. 100%. Great
Yeah,
job.
and
Uh,
it's just going to keep growing from here because I'm not a one-man show anymore. I've got people to help me bring
right.
my visions to life and stuff. And I don't have to take the time to figure out how to manufacture every single part myself, even though I would love to.
That's a good spot to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So what is in store for you in 2025? I don't want to close out 24 too quickly on you, but I know you said next 2 weeks you got some servos coming to the website and a few other parts. Do you have anything in 25 lined up that you want to talk about? Where will you be? Any
Uh,
events?
25, we plan on Beat the Creek. That's a must-go, must-attend every year event for us. And we'll see how this year shapes out. I'm hoping to get to a lot more events. I really want to try and get to Blue Rocks next year. I mean, it's the kitty
Oh,
corner side of the state for me, and I would love to try and make it down there and work it out so I can go this year.
now that's an excellent opportunity for you because you can do two birds with one stone. You could start getting some of your parts G6 certified all at the same time, be there to, help promote and talk about what your product is. So you'd be able to set up as a vendor, but then also
Mm-hmm.
getting your stuff certified. Listen, if you can get to Blue Rocks next year, I think it's a
That
great
and
idea.
I'm a big rock lover. Like I do a lot of driving around my house, and just the geology of that part of Pennsylvania is really awesome, which makes it a great event to go check out.
Mm-hmm.
The campground itself,
Yeah.
ironically, it's about 15 minutes from my house. It's literally
Oh,
a
you're
stone's
lucky.
it's literally a stone's throw away. Um, it is an amazing campground, excellent
Yeah.
people. That event should be on your list to attend next year. I hope you can pull that off.
That, and I'd like to hit the shred the ledge events next year.
And I guess some
Well,
of that's modified. Are they?
Yeah, some of that's
That's
modified, some of that's some 10th scale stuff. Me and my friend have got a top secret build we're working on right now to try and get into the top truck challenge next year that they held
smart.
this year.
I got one of them.
Yeah.
Secret trucks for Top Truck. Yeah. Hope to see you there. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
I hope to be there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got something pretty fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Wow.
If it works the way I think it works, it'll be pretty mind blowing. I'm actually
Well, that's
jump on a build for once. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, you lit up when you talked about it, so you.
Yeah, we'll
you have
see if we keep track.
Yeah.
now with the release of the base camp and the Lexus axial micro trucks that came out last week. What does that do for Tinker Time RC? Is that spark new life? Is that put wind in your sails? Do you
My base camp
immediately?
will be here Monday, and I figure I'll probably start with some bumpers and probably bolt-in printed cages. Some simple stuff. We'll look it over and see what parts line up with what's currently there and what we can improve upon it. It looks basically to be like an entry level, like a deadbolt.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect too much to change suspension and geometry wise or transmission wise that we've got planned. The bumpers on it look kind of neat, so we'll see when it gets here.
Fantastic.
No,
We got.
I should do a honcho cage for it so we can just cut that back off and get that STX 24 honcho we've all been wanting.
Do a base camp honcho.
Yeah.
Smash.
The base honcho.
The boncho.
Well, the base camp was cool. What caught my attention was that Lexus. I think they got
yeah,
the look at that right. Yeah.
With the new wheelbase, right?
Yeah, 123 millimeters, if I remember right. I'd have to look it up again to be sure.
I think some.
Got me thinking too.
I think now you mess around with a lot of SCX 24s. That seems to roll off your tongue very quickly.
Is it been doing dabbling with some 18th scale stuff lately too?
Okay, TRX4 or the Ascent?
Ascent and my Evo Pro. Evo Pro seems to be my go-to take with me rig. I stick in a bag. It's been pretty durable.
Yep.
Doing high clearance links for it. I set my own mag mounts up for this because I hate these stupid body pins. Swapped it over to a single speed. I did have a mount I designed, and I was running a NSDRC servo winch in it. Did a roller bumper up, so you had a fair lead and a roller, so you could clear obstacles.
Nice.
I'll have some stuff coming for this too.
Did you see that? Did you see that new sub 49 from Reefs RC? The winch servo.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's what I put in my Ascent for a winch. It is tiny.
They are when they get that small.
Super.
I've been messing with the Ascent, running the parts that we've got available for this, which is exciting because this is my first metal part with my logo on it.
Oh, bingo!
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, like that was so cool to open that box and open that package and hold a part in my hand that was not printed and had my logo lasered on it.
That's awesome.
sliders for it, high clearance links, servo mount, and our link kit comes complete with steering links too. So you get all the high clearance links and metal steering links in that kit.
Now, silly question. The lighting in here is a little rough in my screen. What color is that? The high clearance links and all, is that a pink or a red?
Red.
It's a red. Okay.
Yeah. Anodized red.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Well,
Yeah.
Brandon, like I said, dude.
Our machine Delrin.
Hmm.
That way they slide nice on the rocks.
Wow. It's great to have a feel-good story, a success story, especially in the climate that we've had in 2024. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting to take it from a home-based business to see it literally expand to being parts available worldwide.
Yeah, that's wild.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Very cool. Well, Brandon, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little pause here. We're going to throw you in the hot seat to get to know the personal side of you. We'll play a little game of this and that.
All right.
How does that sound? Let's get to know the personal side of what makes you tick and what you would reach for when it comes to a Coke or a Pepsi. So stand by 1 second. Let me grab my questions. And Jeremy's going to set up his time clock here. And we'll get our Jeopardy music. Our Jeopardy music is always, I forget to mention this, but I will mention it, Scale Audio Solutions. If you're looking to rock out on the rocks and play some music and annoy your neighbors, Scale Audio Solutions has exactly what you need to make the bass go boom in your little RC car. But he also helped us out and gave us an MP4. We get our official Jeopardy music. Boom. All right. Oh, that's a little too low. Let's go right there. Happy compromise. All right, Brandon, let's put you in the hot seat for a quick game of this and that. It's that simple. We do not need an explanation. We don't need to know who, what, when, where, or why. We just need to go rapid fire. For example, we will say call or text. And then you would just give your reply there. If you did, I didn't want to do the joke 2 weeks in a row, but last week we caught somebody in the hot seat. We're like, so we'll give our example question here: reefs or shift? and he fell. They answered. It was. We'll leave that out. As crazy as we're gonna get here, we'll just keep it nice and simple. No server war. Starting with call or text.
Text.
Would you prefer ranch or blue cheese?
Neither. Those are gross.
Oh, okay. So bone in or bone out?
Bone in.
How about F Sorka or yeah Sorka?
F Sorka.
Go to a bar or go to church?
Neither. Go RCing.
Okay, that's a new answer. Twix, a Twix candy bar or a Snickers candy bar?
Twix.
Rattle can or airbrush?
Rattle can. Every paint job.
Autobot or Decepticon?
Decepticons.
Rust Bucket or Bring the Bling?
Bring that bling.
Christmas or Halloween?
Halloween.
Pizza or Chinese food?
That's a tough one. We're gonna have to go Chinese food.
All right. Oh, boy. Okay, here, Mr. Bring the Bling. Do you want it Mirachrome or Murdered Out Black?
Murdered Out Black.
All right. Slot machines or blackjack?
Blackjack. I'm losing either way.
Lexan or hard body?
Last couple of years, it's been big hard body kick.
Recreational or medical use?
Both.
We'll take that. Air guitar or air drums?
Air guitar every time.
Tattoos or piercings?
Oh, that's another both.
BMX or skateboard?
BMX, and I got the scars to prove it.
Nice. Supercross or MotoGP?
Supercross.
Crocs or flip-flops?
Neither barefoot.
Wow. My man is throwing his curveballs. Are you a guy that thinks half empty or half full?
It's always half full.
Good man.
There's always sunshine. You just gotta wait.
That's it. Monster trucks or NASCAR?
Monster trucks.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Pez or Nerds?
Are they gummy nerds?
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Burger or hot dog?
Burger.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Mike or Jeremy?
Oh, man. I got Mike because you was like, hey, you want to be on the show?
Oh, yes, it's 1-1 now. We're tied. Jeep or truck?
Jeep since I was 13 years old.
All right. Like that. Would you rather win the lottery or meet your soulmate?
Let's win the lottery so we can buy more RC truck.
Okay. Flat rail or C channel?
C channel.
Hunting or fishing?
Fishing.
UFO or Bigfoot?
Oh, around here it's Bigfoot.
Cat or dog?
Cats.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook usually.
Samsung or iPhone?
Samsung.
We'll end with, would you rather meet yourself 10 years in the future or 10 years in the past?
"10 years in the future to make sure I kept working hard."
We'll take that. All right, that's a game of this and that. Now we're going to do a quick high five. One RC car for the rest of your life. What is your go-to?
1.9 Wraith.
One movie, rest of your life.
Wayne's World.
One song or band.
Corn.
Nice. One food.
Spaghetti.
And one person, dead or alive, stuck on a deserted island.
I guess it has to be Nikola Tesla.
Bing, my
Wow.
man had some original answers.
We're not going to be
Stamp
stuck
the-
for long.
You're not. He'll teleport you somewhere.
Yeah, between the two
Wow.
of us, we can solve that.
Yep.
I don't know how Jeremy's scoring this one. You threw us some darn curveballs tonight.
It's pretty daggone high. I mean, the Tesla thing. I mean, you had
Put
to-
it over the top.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, here's the thing, Brandon. If you don't want to go anywhere, you're more than welcome to hang out. We're going to slide Jeremy over into the hot seat here. He is freshly back from Georgia
Alabama.
for the haul and crawl.
Yeah,
So-
I'll hang out.
All right, let's put
Yeah,
Jeremy up here.
I got to step away for a minute and let the puppy outside.
There you
Go do your thing. Now, I got to see some of your photos, Jeremy. Let me see if I can pull some of them up. It looked like an amazing time. Great turnout.
It was the event. I have to start off by saying this.
Go.
The only event I've been to this year, actually at all, where vendors had a whole day to not worry about setting up the tents and just go have fun. That was a first for me, and it was excellent. We got to talk to each other. We got to play on the rocks, and let me tell you, there are sandpaper rocks on the East Coast. They are located at Cherokee Rock Village, just outside of Leesburg, Alabama. That's where they're at.
Get out. Get out.
I shredded a set of tires for the first time from brand new to trash on one truck that fast. It was insane. And that was 3 days of crawling. And yeah, it's insane. The event hosts, the Georgia Rock Zombies, put on a spectacular event with so much to do. And you can do it with any truck. I saw people doing it with their trail trucks, and they did fine. Like they have the table of death. It's like where you try and push the sumo RC sumo, except the table spins while you're doing it. So
wow.
yeah, that was crazy. They had the trailer lifts, which is a weighted trailer on a pulley system, so it's a vertical lift as your truck drives away. And you have to do it nice and slow, no jerking or anything like that. My D110 conversion double D, the one with the dually wheels, actually lifted 12 pounds. I made it to the third round with that truck without so much as a tire screech or a wheel hop. Now, when we got to 16 pounds, life changed. It did not do it. I bet a leaf spring, but I bet I was probably one of the few leaf spring trucks to make it to the third round. So I wouldn't normally do that, but it was a lot of fun to do it. The scale, the Zombie Trophy Series, this is where it kind of hit the highlight. Corey Allen and worked with his name just ran out of my head.
Scott Bray?
Trevor.
Oh,
so he worked with Trevor to bring the trophy series that Nets does to Zombieland, and it worked out really well. So we did.
So he basically brought the rule set that Trevor wrote for up north.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we did. We grouped up in teams at random draw, and like the first event was drive through a gated course without hitting gates, and whoever's truck it was had the throttle, and the other person did the steering. So that was pretty awesome. And the second event was a blindfolded driver standing backwards away from the course while the other person called right, left, forward, backwards, slower,
Oh,
but
that's
faster,
Holy smokes.
through a serpentine kind of course where you couldn't hit any of the boundaries. And then the top 5 from those 2 events went to a secret event that was basically a side hill pendulum swing where the one truck was up at the top, the anchor running a winch to the truck that was going to do the side hill. And it was challenging for sure. Then, you know, after the first guy started, I asked Corey, I was like, when does time start? And he's like, we're
Right.
on the now while they're setting up pulling winch. As soon as you put the trucks down, the time starts. So no pre-pulling winches and all that stuff. So it came down to first and second place was separated by 1 second total between all 3 of them. So it was spectacular. I know that they're going to expand on. I had the honor that 4 of the 5 ships that I brought from doing racing were in that event. I just lent the truck back. I just wanted people to have fun and experience scale realism like that. Nick, there's Double D, Rockhead, mine was my one Daring Gap Defender, and I drove the blue no top.
Time out.
Yeah,
Time out.
go ahead.
Did you move your microphone?
It's right
It-
here. Is it? Am I
Okay, there
quiet?
you. It was. We were catching it in and out. I think when your shirt
was
sleeve
turning
was
to the
covering every once in a while.
To
Yes.
the side. Yeah, no worries. Thanks. Is that better?
Yeah.
So it was a fantastic event. There was night run. There was fire talk after hours in the admin area. Dixieland RC was there with a full hobby shop. The dude took up a 20 by 40 space. Reeves was there. Joe from Exo Cage RC was there. RC Every Day was there. Jeremy Juicebox Hobbies was there, and it was a ton of fun.
Did Juicebox have a booth set up? Like
He did not set up. He was supporting Josh RC Every Day.
Okay.
But he brought his boom truck, so it was they all brought toys, and it was a vendor run style event that vendors got to participate in, which is unusual. The ladies that were there with the registration booth, if you had to walk away from your booth, they cover it for you. They would just tell people, "Hey, he's out on the trail. He'll be back," and they were like, "Cool, awesome." J Concepts was there. Scale Rat, of course, was there, and more. There's tons of vendors. The awards table, they went through all the participant numbers twice to
Wow.
get that much stuff out there. The vendors and the supporters and the sponsors stepped up big time. I've never seen so many ready to run rigs given away at an event.
Wow.
More than Axial Fest. I mean, it was amazing. And it was
Wow.
quality stuff, just constant. It went on for like 2.5 hours to get through all
Holy
that stuff.
crap. Wow.
Yeah, it was
So-
quite an event. If it's not on your calendar, put it on your calendar. Free that weekend up in October. The weather
Now
was fantastic.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the weather.
It was like 70-ish all weekend for the daytime highs. It was like low of 40 when we got there, and by the time I left, the last night there was 60. So it was nice in the evenings, nice and cool, low bugs.
Where did everyone sleep at? Was there on-site camping, or was everybody?
Yeah, Cherokee Rock Village has primitive camping. We stayed in a dropped-off coach home.
Okay.
Toter home
Yep.
or whatever you call
Yep.
it. We stayed in there, and the admins had their area, which was close to the actual event site. And then there's campers littered out across the woods. People were sleeping in the parking lot behind their car in tents. It was just cozy. But it is primitive, but there's a bathhouse and stuff like that, so you can take a shower and stuff. But Cherokee Rock Village is spectacular. The view
So
from the
there's
top of the
not
mountain.
there's not a lot of hotels and going out to dinner
There's
like
a
in
lot
a
of
town.
Airbnbs. There's a lot of
Okay.
Airbnbs. There's a lake right at the base of the mountain, so there's a lot of lake homes. That's where Jeremy and Josh and Nick Barber stayed. Nick was there, of course. So that's where they stayed, was in an Airbnb down by the lake. So there's plenty of no real hotels that I saw.
Okay.
But you get that that country cooking restaurant style stuff. The one night we ate it was a former church, and I had chicken fried steak, and the white gravy brought a tear to
Yum.
my eye. It was so perfectly good that it was just like,
Wow.
that's what grandma made. That white, it was so good.
Did you get some grits while you were down south?
I did not do grits. I went to Buc-ee's for the first time. I went to Buc-ee's.
Okay.
I tried beaver nuggets. I don't like them.
Okay.
A little too sweet for me. It's like a big corn pop. Corn pop cereal. It's like a
Yep.
big corn pop with sugar coating on it. So it was a little sweet.
Oh. Okay.
But I did, I brought back some souvenirs from Buc-ee's. I'd never been to one. So it was like an hour out of my way on the way down to, the north side of Atlanta to go there. But I liked it. It was a neat destination to go to.
I've heard if you're within an hour, you must go.
Yeah,
If
you might
you
as well.
hadn't been there.
I needed gas too. And they only have like 300 gas pumps.
Right.
So I didn't have to wait in line for gas. So that
Wow.
was good.
I heard it's an experience that you can't
Yeah. And the
can't
gas is
explain to
super cheap
somebody.
there too, so that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what day did you actually arrive?
Wednesday night, I got
And
there. I got to Buc-ee's, and I stayed at a local hotel right about an hour outside of the event site. Stayed there for the night, got a good shower, got a good night's sleep, and then went to the event Thursday morning.
so what was it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
It's
And
technically Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday was just kind of like a figure out
set
where I'm
up.
at.
Okay.
And waiting for Reef and Brock to come in from California. They didn't get in until the evening, but we got like their booth set up and just kind of get a feel for the land.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what day did the actual trailing with the? When did the hauling begin?
So Friday is the don't expect to buy anything from a vendor day, but people were there crawling with the vendors. Saturday was the first day of the event, or Friday was the first day. Saturday it was game on, so to speak, and then Sunday was the last day. So there was something to do all 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is the trailer on your truck the entire time, or was the
No.
trailer?
No,
Okay.
the trailer was a must for the show and shine. To enter into the show and shine, you had to have a trailer hooked up. The trailer, they do a zigzag drags, so it's like a TTC type course.
Yep.
That we're familiar with, but it was with a trailer for haul and crawl. So that was fun to watch. And they did the basher ramp stuff, but no trailers.
Okay.
I didn't see anybody launch a trailer. That would be crazy. But yeah, trailers was kind of it's the haul and crawl. So it's
Okay.
a couple of the events were trailer specific, but not all of them.
Well, fantastic. So you will 100% go back again. Is that
Absolutely.
what we're
Absolutely.
hearing?
Yeah. Yeah.
100% go back.
There's trails to run there. There's rocks to play on endlessly. Um, there's so much room for activities that it's definitely a weekend of run what you got, because it all fits in, from rock bouncers to super scale, what we used to call USTE trucks, dollhouse trucks, whatever you want
Yep.
to call it. Just regular trail trucks. Um, I mean, if you wanted to go down to the lake and run a boat, you probably could too. It's not at the site, but I mean, you could do everything you wanted to do there. A float
Wow.
plane, pretty cool down at the lake too. I've talked to Jeremy Griffith about that one. Maybe next year. Treat a plane like a boat.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the vendors did well. The amount of people, could you put a number like
It had
200,
to be,
500,000?
I would say somewhere between 250 and 350.
Very
I didn't
cozy.
really pay attention
Love it.
to total count.
Love it.
I just went by the
But
decal numbers. They do like a wristband number.
yep.
And I saw some, getting up there, but I didn't really ask how many people went. And there's no fee other than to get into the park. And the money raised from raffles and whatnot, like the Georgia Rock Zombies group gave the park money as part of the raffles. So they gave
Wow.
like over $1,000 to the park itself, to kind of thank them for hosting us. So Cherokee Rock Village is very RC friendly. I donated $40 for my parking pass. I didn't have to pay. I'm a veteran, so they don't charge veterans. But I just donated what I deemed reasonable for me driving on their roads. I didn't drive my
Yep.
truck after I got there, but I had to get there and use the bathhouse and stuff like that. So it was, had I known how many amenities, I'd have gave them more. But every time I went to go out, it was after hours of the booth people being there. So it was definitely a great place to be. Well worth the 12.5 hour drive to Alabama.
Yeah. It looked like it was, what, 12 hours you said? 12?
12.5 total. Yeah.
12 and a
It was
half. Wow.
11 and 3/4 on the way back. I tried a new route and it worked out really well. Saved me some good 45 minutes to an hour.
Honestly, that's about the same as what it took to beat the creek for us. So it's
Beat the Creek was
relative.
10 hours. USTE, crazy as it seems, USTE was 12.5 hours as well to Florida. So
Wow.
it's only 12.5 hours because it's straight down 95 for us.
Yeah. No, it
Where
was.
you start
We
going
got.
into Alabama and west of Atlanta, you got to kind of go diagonal southwest, and there's no straight shot, so to speak.
So, any heartbreaking stories? Have you heard, like, with the flood? Did you see any damage when you were down there?
So it was a little weird going through at the tail end of the southern end of Virginia, going into Tennessee, and seeing the big road signs saying that if you wanted to go to North Carolina, I was running that border the whole way, and seeing signs like this road's closed, this road's closed, this road's closed. Like you couldn't go east out of Tennessee into North Carolina. So it was a little odd. A little odd.
Wow.
But
But everybody, no, okay. But that's good news. I'm glad to know, like, everybody else seems to be doing okay, and like J Concepts didn't discuss any damage, or Scale Rat seemed to be okay.
No, Nick Barber, he just got really
Yeah.
really good wins. but no damage.
No flood, no damage. Good, 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 good. I was going to pull up something here, but I can't find it on their website. Crawler Tracks this week, while you were away, Jeremy, down in the Holland Crawl, Crawler Tracks dropped a pre-order for a, get ready, get your LMT 18 ready, get your mini monster trucks ready. Crawler Tracks is doing a pre-order right now for a mini backflip ramp.
Oh, cool.
But it's also full send if you have a, I call it like a mini Revo, something in that scale for a full send. You can launch a mini.
Great for the brushless Grom that just came out. And
There,
some
yes.
Yeah.
If you feel like jumping something, obviously the backflip ramp is what caught my attention. I wanted to pull up a video of this thing running. I'll keep diving around. I can't jump on Instagram because it's running live there. If I'll keep. I thought if I could have shared the website, but it's not up on his site yet, so I don't know where he's getting the pre-order from. I know the pre-order got posted up on Instagram, and it's not horribly priced. If don't hold me to the penny, but I think it was like $49.99 for, and you know what's going into this, how much wood. It's a really reasonable price.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
I have, I want to know more about what's sitting next to you. That is the truck that you saw.
Me.
Is that the thing from Proline by the Fire? This monstrosity
that's over on this side. And
what the hell is it? Yep.
Let's
Can we see what's behind? Okay.
So this all started. Somebody fell in love with my optic.
Oh.
The wood panel optic.
Yep. I know where we're going.
That's the one that I run the most. Like that's the one that I kind of attached myself to. I have two others. But that's the one that I attach myself to. The
one with the wooden body panels. Okay.
Yeah, that we nicknamed it Woody at Holland.
Bingo. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And somebody fell in love with it. A fellow Reefs RC teammate fell in love with it, had to have it, and I did not come home with it.
Holy crap.
And so I had to quickly devise a plan for a replacement. Well, I was already on the list and waiting for my my H-Tech numbered optic cage to come. And when I got home, it was here. And then I needed another optic. I needed a donor. So I went on the Vanquish Buy Sell Trade group on Facebook, and I found one that was brand new.
Get out.
And a whole black cage set with it, with panels. So basically I got two optic, 1.5 optics for a really good deal. And the dude, believe it or not, lives an hour north of me.
Holy crap!
So shipping was basically overnight. I had it the next morning. So I started building. And this is where I'm at.
Is this the gold one that you sent me photos of?
Yes.
Holy crap.
This thing, so we're full brass, 777 brass, and IS 300 winch brass, which gave some really good weight. But I also got my Treel axles in while I was away. So I'm running Treel axle housings. And I got a hold of Pricey from Pricey's Customs. So I have a set of shocks coming, blue shocks, blue tops, caps. If you notice in here, the motor, you can see it quite clearly. That is a Reefs transmission that I had in my other op. And I love that transmission in this car. It just it just rolls effortlessly without the drag brake on. Like it's just free rolling. It's awesome. So I run the rock race mode on these trucks, so I can turn drag brake on and off, do some rock bouncing
Yep.
stuff, which I did down there. I did rock bounce it, and I think that's where he fell in love with it because he's kind of a rock bouncing kind of guy. But yeah, this thing is just beautiful.
Now, is that the H-Tech cage?
This is the H-Tech cage, and it is made, unlike some of the others, it actually, like the panels on the sides, I'm using the wrong hand. Like the panels on this side, actually, there's no gap. So it's made to perfectly fit the Vanquish interior.
Okay.
The only thing that you don't really get is the big plastic panel, which is fine
Yep.
because I had a black cage donor. The gray
Yep.
truck
Yep. Yep.
is what I based it off of. That's why it's got gray bottoms on it still. But these will get changed out to blacks. But it is a work of art, dude. Absolute work of art. They did such a good job machining all these pieces. It went together better than most kits that I put together. Like this is really, really well done. I'm very happy
So-
with this.
I hate to go here, but you mentioned the stock Vanquish interior. Did the Knight's interior not fit?
It does fit.
It does fit.
This is for mock-up until I detail. I have to do another interior because my interior was in the other optic.
Wow.
So my original prototype print of that
Yep.
interior went home with someone else. So, but this,
Wow.
this
Okay.
one will be this one. I did gold because I already have the blue panels, which I have the blue panel gold cage Ripper. So this will be my baby. I don't know, baby Ripper 2. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It'll be a clone or a spin-off of my Ripper.
Spin off. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Very, very sexy. And yeah, all came together nicely with all the other
Yeah.
brass. Man.
Yeah, it's mint, dude. It's if you had
So-
any questions on which aluminum machine out of one piece of billet cage to buy, this is it. H-Tech. As a nice little gift, he gave me the aluminum spring-loaded bump stops.
Yes, I love their bump stops. I
So
think
that
that's
was
a
gift in the bag. And
perfect.
this was complete. So it had all the braces. It's a complete cage setup that you're buying.
Did
You're not
you-
just buying halves or pieces?
Did you
It's
have
all-
the bump stops on the other one? Did you have the bump stops before on the? Okay.
The only thing I don't have right now in hand, in stock, as you might say, is a sway bar, which I really like the sway bar on this truck, on this platform. So I got to find a sway bar. Hopefully I can get it in black. I don't have any black ones, so I got to do a black one. But so that's this one.
I'm hoping that Trio eventually comes out with a sway bar for these cars.
Yeah, and it
the
needs
sway
that-
bar.
It needs that offset to it, right? So it's very specific for the VS410 and other trucks. Vanquish
Gatekeeper.
made that sway
the-
bar like it's an exact perfect fit on those optics. So not by happenstance. I think it's from educated like design.
design. Yeah,
Designing
yeah.
stuff with those provisions. The next one, this is the big one.
This is the one that you found at Proline by the Fire.
Yes.
You met the person that designed this.
Yep.
Is he from the USA?
Yes, he's a fellow former. He was a 19 kilo Army.
Cool.
So, we had that connection. And when he set that truck down, like Reef bought one, a whole one. And I think that might have been the first one that they actually sold retail. And they sat it on the bench and I couldn't stop looking at it. It was insane. nothing, never seen anything like it before in RC. And once they came around and they were running it there, they had one or two, that they were running at Proline. And they held up really well. And I just kind of watched as the days went on, as they were running them and they would bring them back dirty. I was like, wow, this thing's really holding up. So I talked to them, and all they had was a builder's kit available. So no axles, no electronics, none of that stuff. It was just a builder's kit. So we swung a deal, and it got delivered the day after I got back. So then I had to get an SSD scale transmission and unfortunately a Hobbywing Fusion 2300 system, because that's what they designed this around. And I
Wow.
want it as it was designed.
Okay.
Where I start doing my stuff to it.
You're still, before I start doing Jeremy stuff to it.
Yeah, before I start doing Jeremy stuff. So I know that they are working on a Reef's transmission option, but it's
To
not
mount.
ready yet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll probably go that route with a Castle system in the future. But
Once that gets done.
yeah.
So what is the story behind it? Like, why did they do it? Like,
So-
do you know any backstory on it at all?
So basically, you can go to their website. It's Primal Artifact out of Los Angeles, and what they devised was this. If the like a prototype for the Army, if they wanted to replace the Humvee, this is the vehicle style that would be competitive to win that bid. So
Okay.
that's kind of what the idea behind this truck is. Like, it's the ultimate urban assault off-road tactical style vehicle that fixes all the problems that the Humvee has, which is visibility, access, and maneuverability and speed. So basically everything. So this is what it looks like. This is the rendering.
Yep.
And it's called the Taken. I think I'm pronouncing it right. This is what it'll look like. And this is the four-door version of that. They have a crew cab version and some other versions of it that they're working on. So this is
So
now.
how much of it is manufactured here? Like, do they work with somebody to
It's
do
all
this?
made-
Is it
It's all made in the U.S. It's out of L.A. They make, this is a SLS style print with, it uses brass melt-in inserts for the threaded holes and bosses. But the engineering behind this thing is for strength and durability. So it's not like gluing together some printed parts or melt-in to hold, what you could print on my bamboo. It's not that kind of stuff. This is a very heavy-duty, intricate design. I can show you one of the pieces. So like, this is the rear baffle, and it is very complex, as you can see.
Yep.
So parts like that, the seat, it's got 4 seats in it. So it's got a full interior, dash,
Wow.
all that craziness is in there.
Yep.
This is the seat.
Whoa.
Even to their logo in the headrest
That is
and
awesome.
side bolsters, and the seats fold up, and these are rubber.
Holy
The
crap.
seat pads themselves are rubber. So very wild. So you can see the inserts that they're putting in them. But the logo is in the backrest. It's like next level. Like, when I saw this, and it takes a lot for Jeremy to go, oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Because,
Now I see
Jeremy, we've seen 3D printing companies make long 14 scale
Mhm.
tractor trailer beds, long trailer haulers for construction equipment, homemade on a 3D printer, and it looked like it was homemade on a 3D
On a
printer.
3D printer. Right.
This
So,
is something completely different.
completely different. So I think this will fit on my screen. It is like a 500 millimeter wheelbase.
So,
So
what
this
scale
is
is
the
this?
chassis.
6. Okay. Wow.
So you can see how it's engineered. Like I just got rubber bands holding the arms up, but it's leading and trailing arm with a scale transmission that is hidden completely in a tonneau cover. That cover hides that scale trans.
Wow.
The motor is up here up front, and
Yep, I see
this plate actually has you can use a 30 millimeter fan, so it'll suck air down in to cool the motor, but it sits flush. The front bumper with the D-ring mounts that fold up flush into it. Provisions for a winch are already there. Like, this thing is insane, and this is
wow.
just the backbone. So it's got the full wings plus the
Yep.
doors. All the glass is
It's a
iridium.
beast.
It's iridium coated, like not Lexan. Like it's like polycarbonate with iridium coating on it. So when it hits the sun, it like does this weird flash, right? Like a pair of iridium sunglasses.
Yep.
But it's like I've never built anything like this before.
All right. I gotta know.
This is like the
What-
back part of it that kind of goes like back here, so you can see the total length here. It's going to be huge. For scale, this is a Rift, right? This is the backbone of this truck. If that gives you an idea.
Wow. Wow, that's the Rift.
That's a Rift.
Wow. And
So
I think the Rift is a big truck. The
It's a big
Rift is
truck.
not.
Yeah. So this, because I'm Jeremy, this is getting the axles off of the Rift. So it's a
Okay.
2.2 truck.
Yep.
I got to do a little bit of work to get, because the Rift uses a larger diameter drive shaft and stuff like that. So I got a little bit of work to do to get those axles to work. But leading and trailing arm on Rift axles on this beast is going to be incredible. With a full
How
interior.
much? How much? How much? How much?
So go to the website and I'll type it in.
All right.
When we change segments, but it's not cheap by any means. This is
Right.
very, very high quality stuff.
Um,
But look at this decal sheet that they.
What is the
send you.
website? Can you tell me it?
It's Primal Artifact.
Okay.
This is the decal sheet. So you get two colors. You get orange and gray.
Oh wow!
And all the numbers
Whoa.
that you could imagine are on here, and there's like 15 window panels in the whole
Wow.
the whole thing. So tomorrow I'm going to put the body together, but I'm doing a video on this, and I'm reviewing and editing their instruction manual, which after I got the kit, I got an email from them saying, hey, we know you got the kit, but the instruction manual is not done yet. Give us another working day to get you a set of instructions. So I'm like, I laid out all the parts, and it took up a 4x8 table of parts. And I'm like, yeah, I need instructions. Like I'm intuitive, so I kind of started laying parts out. But there's pieces. It's like I don't know where that goes. Nor would I know the order of assembly. So trying to do them a solid and do the instructions kind of like I do with boom racing. Try and help them put some pointers in to help people actually assemble these because I want to see more of them out on the trail. These are big boys toys for sure.
I tried to find it. I typed in Primal Artifact in Google search and it did not come up.
Yeah, I got you.
You'll have to do it. All right.
Yep, I'll put it in.
That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. Bravo, Brandon. Like, listen, this is what we're talking about. Original thinking.
Yeah.
Not a copy.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box. Trying something new.
Yeah, here's that truck. If you can really see it.
Yep. Yeah. I got it.
Yep. It's takenrc.com is the actual website name. The truck's name is the Taken. TA:KIN. You go to that website and you just scroll through the pictures because all of them were taken at Pro Line by the Fire this year.
What was it again? Taken what?
TakenRC.com. TAKINRC.com. And you can pull it up once you get it hooked up. This thing is just insane. It is absolutely insane. I'll have it on my channel as soon as I get it up and running. Get the build done, and just at least get it out for a trail run, a break-in run. I'll have it up on the channel maybe Friday, Saturday next week, if all goes well.
Yeah, that is something that's absolutely perfect for a YouTube channel to be able to experience that because that's going to connect with people for the very first time. There's going to be a lot of people coming to your YouTube, seeing that, and mind blown. Unfortunately, I think seeing it in person tells a whole other story.
Yes, it's so impressive. And so well thought out. And these guys are very careful about their product. They want it in the best light possible. I'm pretty proud to be their first online customer.
No kidding, because the other ones were on site. Okay.
Yeah. So this is probably the first. I know it was the first purchase of one off of their site, based on figuring things out with them, but I think that's all ironed out now, so it should be smooth sailing. But it's just so unique, and it so fits with me. I love unique things, and I love a good challenge of something that's not been done that needed to be.
Yeah. No, we'll have to definitely dive into that a lot more. I'm not finding it there.
You didn't find takenrc.com?
No, I keep trying, and it's.
I'll send you the link.
All right, we can try it that way. I'm gonna close this down. Well, I couldn't find the crawler tracks. The only thing I did find was Tinker Time RC tonight. I couldn't find the crawler tracks pre-order.
Maybe it's a you thing. I sent it.
There it is.
To you.
Okay.
Oh, Tanner found it. So he had luck.
I'll try it one more time. Jeremy, guess who is the scale mail that I have here? You probably can do it while I'm typing. You could do the next part for me. The scale banners by P-Dub Design.
Yeah, I saw your video. That was well done video, by the way.
Well, thank you.
that was, you did fantastic job. One of your best works.
Thank you. Literally they're sewn, folded over, stitched, grommeted. Like I've never seen a scale banner with so much freaking
so
detail.
They're so good.
Oh, nice.
Like,
and
and
they're the perfect scale for the fencing that you'd see at an event, especially an
correct.
automotive event. The safety rail stuff, it's perfect. Yeah, it's so good, and the print
here they are.
quality is
Phenomenal.
top notch.
Yeah, so you get the actual rails, different sizes. They're easy to snap together.
Yeah, and the small ones are meant to be a double, like on a rail. Like, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah, Paul's killing it.
I just never, ever. I've have plenty of scale banners in my day. I have tons of them. I've never seen that attention to detail. Like, so
and you
Paul,
have I saw in your video, you have a little what do we call it, Easter egg to something that's coming, because you have a scale banner of something that hasn't been released yet.
oh no kidding.
You do.
Interesting.
Or I should say, hasn't been re-released yet. If you know, you
okay.
know. So go check out Mike's
Um,
reel on IG.
Well, I
Comment
did
what
see
you
he
think.
posted the. I did see one of them that he posted. Now they're available. And you just held one up in a 2x version there, the 011C one. That was neat. I never seen that one.
I'll tell you the gold mine you got after we're done. I want people to go watch your IG because
yes, okay.
Fast. Yeah.
Very exciting. So Paul will be here next week to sit down with us. We actually tied him down.
Nice.
It's been a long time in the making. Yes, this was not easy to get Paul Wilhite to sit down here. Yeah. And for everybody that we butt hurt, because there are plenty of banner makers out there. I have tons of friends that all make their own scale banners. For anybody I butt hurt, get over it. Like, this is something different, and it is so freaking cool to see Paul spread his wings.
Anybody that's butthurt about that makes banners, you know what? We bought your banners too. So it's not a jealousy thing. It's just us.
Not at all. It's an option. It's just another option.
Just like
exactly.
I bought his stuff in the past. I've used his stuff.
Along with hard body crawlers and flub, and we've tried them all.
Hobby. If I have an interest in your product, I'm buying it. This Taken, I bought it. It's not a sponsored video. This was not free. And when you see the cost, you're going to be like, you really make poor financial decisions as a retiree. And you know what? You're right. I do. But it was so cool. I had to have it.
Some stuff is, you know.
What's that?
I got it.
Some stuff is, you know. It's just like, yeah, I've got to have that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to have it. I mean, this gold thing, that was not cheap. I bought that. That was not a H-Tech freebie by any means. Yeah, there she is. Look at that iridium glass.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
It was so cool. And that's a almost 6-inch tall tire.
What tire is it that they're running?
That's their tire. So they make the tire and the wheel for it.
What?
I didn't get them because they're not available yet. So I actually have some stuff coming from J Concepts. But you can see through the window. You can see that there's a scale driver in that thing.
Proline by the Fire was but how is it running on the 10th scale stuff? Like, that's a shot from Proline by the Fire in the Scale City.
That Scale City, I made a 3-point turn with my optic on that parking garage structure.
And they made it look like it was.
Yeah.
Imagine driving your Rift like up that, and yet this is bigger.
Yeah.
Wow. So what are they doing about light kits? Is the light kit
So
available?
you can, yeah, the light kits are available. You can get a roof light and a rear roof as an option. I think it's like $70 for the roof lighting system, but the front lighting system's only $30 for that headlight set in aluminum. Now, mine came with the printed ones, and I got to supply my own lights, but they're with it. That little housing right there is with it.
Dude, those windows are insane. I
Yeah.
mean,
So this is the
so am
bucket.
I going to get a price on here? If I click on
Yeah.
kits, am
Yeah,
I getting a cost?
Yeah, you can scroll down
You're
to
not
it.
saying it out loud, so I'm going to have to read it for myself.
Well, I want people to go to the website.
All right. Oh, it's not nearly as bad as I thought.
So it's $2,000 for a runner with the brass servos, the hovering motor, and the SSD trans. The advanced kit comes with the wheels and tires, but no axles. So the axles that they're using are AR60 portals.
Yep.
But they sell them for $90 for the set.
Oh.
Now they are not AR. You know what I mean? So they're like a Amazon style, but they held up. So
Why is there two servos here? Is one a servo winch?
Yeah, one's a winch and the other one is 1100 brass. So mine, I'm putting in 900 smart and a 300 IS winch.
Okay. Well, you're already dropping the price down a little bit if you don't need the servos. Like,
Yeah,
if you
I'm
already got your servo.
Yeah, I'm at the starter kit. That's the one that I bought.
Right here, almost.
Yeah.
Without the tires.
Yeah, I'm doing my own wheels and tires. So,
what's
and that was the one that they had. That's the only one that they had.
That's okay.
So the running gear kit is like, that's the upgrade to the starter kit. So if you're buying it by piece, so that gives you the leading and trailing arms in metal.
Okay.
Metal
wow.
They make, and then the wheels and tires that they make.
Wow, I can't believe that they're doing their own tire. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, go scroll back
this
down
is
a little bit.
Like, I can't believe they didn't need like a Kickstarter, or they're not running more pre-order. Somebody back this.
This company does a lot of stuff too. This is a branch of a company. So stop right there.
Yep.
So you got the
wheel
2.2 wheels.
Yep.
Where is the tire size?
2.2, and it does aluminum wheel.
Upper control.
Let me see.
Oh, it just says the Butyl 150 millimeter Ascent tires.
Oh yeah.
Don't do math in public. 150 millimeters to inches.
All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. The puppy's getting her late night Zoom here.
Hang on. Yeah, Brandon, we went a lot longer than we normally do here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to fade you out.
Yeah,
Brandon.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
man.
we're geeking.
Yeah, that is
Brandon,
cool.
Yeah.
And Brandon, again, congratulations on a heck of a year.
Awesome.
Bro, it's been a brutal year for a lot of people, and it's exciting to see that what you've been able to do. And everyone, so Take Your Time RC, that's where you want to go. Check him out. Go support what Brandon's doing. We look forward to seeing more of you. And as you start rolling out more stuff, your seat's always yours here. Come and hang out anytime.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
You're the best. All right, man. Thank you. All right. So, but that was us geeking the hell out.
You can't see my phone. It's 5.91 inches is the 150 millimeters. So that's a big tire.
It's big. It's big.
Mm-hmm.
It's big.
I mean, the Rift tires are about right size. That's what I'll run until I get J Concepts. Just waiting for new product to come in to replace. So
Are we going to be able to get these engineers on here one night to talk about this truck?
that's a possibility. I mean, the dude's down to earth. He's a 19 kilo.
He's an Army guy. Yeah. He's family.
Former Army. And he's doing cool stuff now. So
yeah,
I can talk to him for sure.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So next week we'll be back here with Paul.
That's
I'm gonna head
to watch,
inside.
guys. This one was cool.
Yeah.
Seeing new shit, but talking to Paul is always awesome.
He's a good time. Definitely.
Yep.
We'll get what I'll try and do is get the artwork with him together earlier. Try and get it done Monday or Tuesday in the week so we have something to share up sooner. Let them know on Operation 11 Charlie tomorrow night or Monday night. Will they be on live Monday? Operation 11 Charlie, do you know?
Yeah, they've been offline just due to the storms and stuff.
Storm, yeah.
I figure the 11 Charlie, like the nexus is in that entire area between North Carolina and Florida. So yeah, we got to give them a break. Let them get their
deal with real world problems right now.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, it's nasty. All right, let's do this. We're gonna slide out of here. Was there one other thing that you wanted to show? You said stick around to the end, and you held something little up.
That was the seat for the truck,
bro. That seat is between the seat and those windows. There is.
Yes. Actually, let me show you the windows before we roll.
Yeah.
They're sitting over here.
Now that roof rack with the scale accessories on that roof rack, was that just something extra, or is that? And is Reef literally driving?
The roof rack is multiple pieces, right? So this is kind of the top rack with the tie-down pieces that you see around the perimeter. This piece goes underneath of it, and then it has the sunroof panels that lay into it to create the roof. And you can take these out, like they don't.
Yeah.
They have magnets and metal screw heads in the frame in the perimeter, so they just snap in. So you have that solid roof to mount all that luggage stuff too. I'm telling you, man, it's very, very well engineered. It's crazy. But anyway, so iridium panels, right? And you think you've seen panels, right? Like you would cut these out of Lexan. Most people would cut them out of Lexan. These were lasered, I can tell. A smooth edge. Yeah, there's the iridium. But look,
what a cool idea.
Look at the bottom. It has the mil spec lasered into it. And it's ballistic glass, PA 881. And it's lasered on all of them. Like it's
holy crap.
Every single panel. You were asking about the headlights. Like the headlight discs are all the colored discs. You can see the amber. It has its cover on it, but it's all there. So it's like this shiny iridium. You can see it the glare off of my face.
Watching that video
from
it's
below.
Insane.
It's so you can't see it on the video, but it turns red at that angle.
Did you know that this company was going to be at Proline by the Fire? Did they promote
they delivered Reef's truck there?
Did Reef know it was coming? Like, did Reef had known about this? Okay.
Yep. But it blew me away. It was
Well, it had to be
well,
stopping so many people in their tracks. Like,
oh yeah, I mean it was spectacular and massive sitting on the table. You couldn't miss it. But it was like the soft
I think it was.
I sort
was
of guess so, bringing it out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh, soft launch. Yeah, like guerrilla style. I mean, they just came and
the bags of hardware, all the hardware is labeled.
labeled.
It's little stuff
Oh,
number.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And I scored
Absolutely
on the SFU
brilliant.
trans. I got the full metal version of that transmission for a steal of a price. So I'm really happy about that. So it's very much LR2-ish from GCM, RC four-wheel drive with all those TCI transmissions, but the transfer case is the metal as well. So I lucked out on that one. So yeah,
It's yeah, it's insane,
yeah, like
dude.
that wheel, the decal that's on that wheel is on this decal.
Yeah,
It's
really.
actually, yeah, these orange circles are the wheel decals. So yeah,
I was
that's
trying to
wild.
get back to.
Yeah,
I
just
was
click
trying to
on
get
that.
back to the home screen here. I wanted to see that video.
Yeah, just go to the.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
There it is. There it
there
is.
you
Hang on. I was going to pull this. Just watching this thing run one last time. Richard Cruin, how you doing, buddy? We might be breakfast tomorrow. I hope you're feeling okay, Richard. Text me in the morning if you're up for it. We'll be able to talk about this thing. The Taken RC. But is this still? Did it have a name? Were you close? Where did we come up with Primal and that other name you had for
Primary
it?
Artifact is the company name.
Affiliate.
Primer.
Okay.
Primer Artifact. But if you go to their homepage, like they're one step above this particular one, you can see the other bougie stuff that they make.
Okay.
It's definitely an engineering firm, and this is one of their exercises.
You think a 4-wheel steer is in their future, or?
I mean, you can put any axle, really realistically, you can put any axle under it that you wish to. I'm just doing it. I'm trying it with riffs. He said that they had looked at riffs before, and there was some fudge factor that had to be accomplished, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. So I'm going to run them. But like I said, those AR60s portals you can get them on Amazon or you can get them through here. It's the same price. They're not jacking the price up on that stuff. I got the drive shafts. The drive shafts they offer are $20. They're the cut your owns. I got them on Amazon for the same $19.97. So it's same brand. So they're not adding fees to it, so to speak, but it's it's pretty cool.
Our army, we need this. Like,
yeah,
retire the Humvee right away.
So the doors are suicide, so they open from the center. The hinges are on the A and C pillar. You can see the door handles on the side.
And then you can see the interior. Yeah.
And that's where you put your
bingo.
battery. The battery sits in that backbone in the center of the truck.
Freaking brilliant. Wow. So cool.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We're going to call it. That
right,
was
man.
fun. All right, man. Let's fade us the heck out of here. We will be back next week with
that parking
Paul.
garage. Do you see how many parking spots? Go back and watch that video later. It's like 6 parking spots long.
I mean, not only are the tires tall, they're also wide. Like they're a beefy tire. Man.
Beefy. Yeah.
What a beast. Yep. Well, that was tons of fun. That was well worth it. All right, people. We know you know what to do from here. We'll see you all next week.